You guys didn't really think for a second that I wasn't going to do these episodes of Shippuden. I've been busy, but I haven't been oblivious to the epicness of Might Guy. The past two episodes of Shippuden, I mean, yeah, it was flashback. It was getting to understand how Guy became who he ultimately is, and it was very reminiscent of like a Rock Lee or whatnot, his childhood, and that's why he took Rock Lee under his wing, you know, after finding out his story or whatnot. But just like the amount of emotion and build up to the epicness that I can't wait for next week was done nicely. Granted, the animation was like nothing like spectacular or whatever. Next week's preview tells a different story because next week's animation looks like, ooh. But just these past two episodes were fucking awesome. Honestly, it made me appreciate just how much, like, you go into Naruto or whatever, and you see Rock Lee's story, and you kind of feel that, you know, Guy's story is similar, and that's why he can relate, and why he did it, etc., etc. But when you actually get more of it, and you find out about Might Die, Guy's father, and what he went through, and how he taught his son at the end of the day, like, just looking at that from, you know, in a real world perspective, somebody would think you're insane for some of the shit that Might Die did. When people were like, look at this loser and his son, they're losers. And he's like, thanks for the support. Like, you would think, like, what the fuck? But if you actually put that into perspective, the motherfucker just didn't care. He didn't care. I mean, if you had Kakashi back when he was cocky as fuck, and you had his respect, and he said, I felt as though he's the coolest shinobi around, you know there's something awesome about him. And I felt like the build up that they did and everything with Might Die, finding out what ultimately happened to him, how Guy, in a way, if you think about it, they bonded probably even more, Guy and Kakashi, because Guy lost his father as well. After a certain point, it's like, shit, you lost your father, you lost everybody, I lost my father, you know, we're rivals. So that's probably something that helped to build their friendship up even more, because, I mean, they've been through some shit together. Now, granted, past couple episodes, there was a lot of, you know, just seeing Guy training and trying to get up there, but it was just really an understanding of how you go from nothing to obtaining this power, the power of the 8 keys. Oh my gosh, it's just like, these were some very good build-up episodes, very, very good build-up, because you're getting all the context of Guy Sensei, and it's just like, oh my gosh, waiting for next week is gonna feel so long. It's gonna feel so long. And granted, again, I missed like last week's or whatever. That's why I'm kind of including it and whatnot, because it's just basically building off of that. I mean, there was a couple of different things that happened besides, you know, the Might Guy flashback or whatever. You know, finding out a little bit that Kabuto was the dude, whatever. For the people, I warned you a while back, if you were expecting it to be somebody out of this world, I kind of gave you warning that, no, it's not going to be anybody super spectacular. It was Kabuto, but it was also nice to see a little bit of his character development, that he changed at the end of the day. Getting out of Izanami really put things into perspective for him and what he wants to fight for. And is it just me, or did you feel as though Suigetsu was basically us talking to Kabuto when he was like, but you and the masked motherfucker started this war to begin with. Isn't it a little too late for you to be like, yeah, I'm going to be good now, motherfucker? Like, I honestly felt that that was the studio and Kishimoto. I can't remember if that line was in the manga or not. It might have been. Was saying, this is what the audience is saying right now. What is your response, Kabuto? And then Kabuto was just like, yeah, I know I fucked up. I'm going to try my best from here on out. What else can I do? I'm a motherfucking human being. You know what I'm saying? And seeing Sasuke being rescued, I mean, did you really think they were going to die? Did you really? I didn't think that it was going to happen. So you get to see him being revived by, you know, this pervert snake motherfucker. Although it did kind of throw me off. I was curious, did Orochimaru the entire time know that that was Kabuto's chakra? Granted, his chakra had changed or whatever, but Orochimaru had been around this motherfucker for his entire life. I'm sure he must have sensed something about it. And yet again, the mystery of Orochimaru. Like, honestly, one word that describes Orochimaru, the way he's written and whatnot, vague. Because we never really know what the fuck this motherfucker's thinking and planning for his next feast, so to speak, on fucking people's souls. And I mean, we found out Madara's weakness, or we knew Madara's weakness already for a while. It's two things, basically. Senjutsu and Taijutsu are the things that can combat him. Minato don't got no motherfucking arms. He ain't doing shit. So throw in Taijutsu, whatever. And I think it's still, yet again, building up the impressiveness of Madara, that Seven Gates guy still couldn't do shit. Still couldn't do anything to this motherfucker. So, yet again, clap it up for the almighty Madara Uchiha that is boss as ever. Like, 7 gates, pa? You disrespecting me right now? Where's that 8 gates? So, I gotta give it to Madara yet again, as always, being a fucking beast. But that ending of the episode, Might Guy going 8 gates. Oh my gosh. I mean, even the little build up with Rock Lee saving him when Madara was about to throw the spear at him or whatever, just all of it was very, very good build up and setup, and I cannot wait for next week's episode. Overall, these were just 2 very damn good episodes. Maybe like the first one was like an 8 and this one's like an 8.5. I'm expecting 9 or better next week because the animation looks a little bit better, and I know the content from the manga, and it's fucking awesome. Might Guy, you're a fucking soldier, and can't wait. Let me know what you guys thought of these episodes. How did you feel about Might Die? How did you feel about Guy's upbringing? I mean, granted, I wish it would have been a little bit more stressed about Guy not being able to do the same things like Lee. It was like, it was hinted, but it never really fully went into it up until now about basically Guy not having ninjutsu and genjutsu, only being able to do taijutsu, but like, just your overall thoughts of these 2 episodes, and are you hype as a motherfucker for next week's episode? It's gonna be so fucking awesome, and I can't wait. But that's all I have for this review / reaction of Feels. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you could do so as well, that'd be amazing. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.